Dr. Anubhav Saxena, President Research and Development, Pidilite Industries Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Would you talk about your contribution as well as your company's contribution to Indian chemical industry?
Yes, I think we have been working very, very closely hand in hand with the Indian Chemical Society and Indian Chemical Council. If you look at in last couple of decades, we have been hand-holding and leveraging the each other's expertise, and especially some of the veterans which we have seen yesterday, whether Professor M. Sharma, Dr. Mashelkar, their guidance is always helpful. And if you look at that, we are one of the company who have been very successfully growing. Our revenue grew 4 times in last 10 years. Our profit has grown again significantly. And more importantly, I think if you look at our market cap, we are about 12,000 crores, but our market cap is about 16 to 17 times than the revenue. And that tells the type of innovation, the type of products we are helping to our customers and users and the community.
Presently, chemical contributes 7% of India's GDP, and if you take the minerals into consideration, it is around 15%. We are looking at doubling chemical contribution to the GDP to, say, 30%. How will that happen?
Yeah, I think all the industries started looking in, more specifically in Pidilite, what we have looked at that we have identified the segments. So we said that few segments where we have to grow double the GDP, while the few segments we said that will grow 5 times of the GDP. And some of those segments are, for example, construction. There are a lot of projects are going on in construction, 1 lakh crore plus investment is there in government sectors. And if you look at our brand like ROF, which is growing 35% CAGR in last 4 years. We were 80 crores in 2017, we are in 2025 will be 1,000 crores. And that's the way we are helping. If you look at some of the other industry segments, electronics industry, right? So far, Indian, if you look at the materials and the assembled electronics component, it's about importing 40 billion. But is $40 billion is not a important number. Important number is that will be 4 times to your question in 28 or 2029 in next 4 to 5 years. And are we ready for that? Right? The most of the about 60% is importing from the China, right? So across the world, 60% import is from China, and then remaining 40% is from the US, Taiwan, Japan, and Korea. And I think that's an area where not only industry but also government needs to put a lot of efforts, and that's an area we have identified, whether it's electronics, whether it's construction, whether it's automotive, right? And these are sectors more specific to our point of view, but at the same time, there are many where industry has to map it out, and construction infrastructure probably will be the one which I think can really help us grow further.
In automotive sector, what's Pidilite doing?
We have solutions for all the adhesive and sealant solution for bus body panels, even the automotive. If you look at under the hood, a lot of adhesive has been used. Also for the interiors, door panels, sunroof, dashboards, right? There are a lot of adhesive which has been used, and now the demand is the high-end adhesive. Plastic is being replaced by the metal or the composites. So then you need much improved performance, the really high performance additive, which is structural adhesive. So we started working towards that as well. And also, if you look at the EV, a lot of additives has been used where you need a better thermal conductivity, right? So in two-wheeler, probably might be required the thermal conductivity of 1 watt or 2 watt, while some of the newer application you need 3 to 4 watt. So all of these are next generation materials, and this is again linking back to the platform approach. If you have a technology platform where you can have a thermally conductive adhesive, which can be used not only for the electronics, but because a lot of heat dissipation required in the electronics, whether it's a mobile, whether it's a laptop, the similar technology with the little tweaking can be used for automotive, also for battery. Not only that, probably after 5G it will be 6G, right? So the telecom towers, the base station, the lot of processing heat generates, and there probably might be in India, there will be more design will happening. I think Professor Joshi was talking about in the morning. So far, at least we are happy now. Assembling is started happening, including the Apple. But I see a lot of design part of contribution will also start coming from the India, and there's some examples already established by some of the industry and also the academia sector, like ISRO, like the Mangalyaan and the Chandrayaan. I think these are the successful technology development which happened in the last few years, and I'm sure that similar type of development will happen in the future as well. However, I think one last point I want to highlight here is we do not do the consortium approach where a lot of technology is available, and like for example ISRO has a lot of technology. I was talking to Mr. Goenka, who is the chairman of the ISRO, right? Not the chairman of ISRO, but I think they have a separate arm where they call it the technology for the technology transfer. Is the chairman of that wing. There is an opportunity that some technology is available which can be used and leveraged by the automotive, for example, automotive sector, and that's the way we can fast forward the things, right? Versus like either reinventing ourselves or taking it from outside. A lot of good technology platforms are available within India. The cross-functional, the cross-sector collaboration is something which government academia I think should take a lead and like bring them in the platform and really do brainstorming and connect dots. Yesterday I think Dr. Mashelkar was talking about so how to connect dots and see that what you can offer it quickly and differentiating enough and come up with a solution eventually which is not only for India but to the world.
What's your vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047 and the role played by your organization to make it a reality?
Yeah, I think that's the dream. I think by 2047, hopefully, we'll be the developed nation. And whether it's a sustainability, we just break it down to the different level. What our organization will be doing it. So we have goals by 2030, right? At least we should be starting we already started our journey for the carbon neutrality, but I think at the same time how to just ensure that we also have a scope 1, scope 2, right, versus now look at the scope 3 more proactively. At the same time more focus on our part of the R&D. So we started coming up with the technologies which are unique and differentiating not only for us, for the world as well. And we filing patents and making sure that we develop technologies which are really like the difficult for anyone else to practice it. Not only in India, I'm looking more on the global. Like if you look at China, when I was studying 25 years before, right? China, in terms of everyone used to say that China is copying from everywhere in the world. But I don't think we should give credit to Chinese now. Some of their technologies are world class, right? The EV vehicles are, I think, they're better than the European now. I'm saying better means in terms of cost performance. Eventually, you have to look at the cost performance. And if you look at the yesterday's news on the AI, in a day one, I think they're making a big technologies evolutions. So similarly, I think we have to take a leapfrog in our approach and reach to the level where we say that yes, India can have original technology ideas, and technology will play important role. If we can't think like the on our original ideas, I think it will be difficult. So I think all the industries should focus on coming with the unique technology, and we should have an example for the world. Basically, we should be some of the companies should be known that yes, they are the Indian company and well known globally.
And what's happening in your R&D lab in terms of future technologies, which will be deployed at a later part?
So what we started doing it adopting little different approach. We are not looking for new molecule or new chemistry. What we started doing it hybrid approach, and hybrid approach is nothing. It's more about connecting dots and make a unique product. So we have a different set of polymers, so organic polymers, but some of those polymers which have not been explored together. And how can we come up with because if you come up with something unique out of that, right, which is not known, that's a unique value proposition. At the same time, advantage is there's no regulatory concern because you know that A part and B part, they're known. It's not that simple the way A and B mixing it, but it's more about how you design by using some of the chemistry factors or chemistry principles and the chemical engineering principles, whether it's a non-covalent inductions, whether you can have a physical network in a manner it's unique, how you disperse the organic inorganic hybrid, make it in a manner that they are unique and well dispersed. So some of those things which we are doing, which I call it hybrid platforms, and we have been pretty successful even in the making some of the newer polymers, and also coming up with a good sort of a composite systems as well, which is hybrid, and which are cutting across all the major applications which you serve in the market, whether it's a construction, whether it's a retail adhesive, whether it's a B2B side.